Today we've headed west of the lake to arcade game heaven. We're at the Galloping Ghost Arcade this week on Jump in the Lake.
Right now we have 415 games between the main floor and the expansion. We have people that travel in from all over the world as we've become largest arcade in the world, and we pay...
That's official. This is the largest arcade in the world?
Definitely of every place that I know of. Easily the largest in the U.S., biggest that anybody that is into arcade games has told us about.
When we opened our doors finally, there was about 170 something, 190 something. Some of the games came from all over the world. Every game didn't come in its own cabinet, dedicated cabinet right away. Some of the games came from overseas, just a board. We found cabinets here that we could put them in. There's different warehouses we could find stuff at, different individuals that are selling them that we can find people at. We have everything from, I think, 1970 to today.
So it's like just a cover charge to get in the door?
That's all it is.
Like $15 cover charge, You're in the door, and you can play for 15 hours if you want to.
Yeah, we have to explain to everybody how you don't need quarters, we don't need tokens, you don't need any kind of coins. It's just a set price to play if you want to play. If you're coming in, if you don't want to play, you don't have to pay, that's fine. If you want to play, it's just a certain amount of money. It's really cheap, actually. And then you get to play for 13 to 15 hours. So where else would you be able to do that?
What made you say, let's stop throwing the coins in the machine and just give people a relaxed, free playing experience?
The free play element to it was, it came from a few different things. I had, thinking back to when I was playing all the time, there was so many games. There was the staple games that I wanted to play every time I went to the arcade. Double Dragon, Golden Axe, Altered Beast, and there was so many games that I missed out on playing. And this way, it gets people to try stuff that they've never played before. And again, because we have so many people coming from all over the world, like we had people in from Germany, Japan, Australia, people are taking their vacations based around coming here.
Wow.
We just want to make sure that they get to experience all these rare games. Like we have so many, we actually have I think 75 games that we're the only arcade in the US that have them. So there's a lot of stuff that we've imported from Japan, and it's taken a long time to build up this collection. We have 143 world records that have been set here since we opened, which is unbelievable. We have some fantastic players that come here. And again, if they were putting quarters in, they're not as likely to stick with the game and go after a score. So the psychology of the coinless place makes this such a unique environment for the players. So it's really changed how a lot of people play and gotten people into games that they've never played, and players that have never gone after a score in their life have really gravitated towards setting world records. So.
Doc, these games are kind of special. Can you tell me why?
Absolutely. These were custom made to kind of bridge the gap between players that hadn't really played much arcade games because everybody has consoles in their house. So this is the Mortal Kombat that came out in 2011, released by NetherRealm. And we're huge fans of Mortal Kombat here at the arcade, and we often have the actors from Mortal Kombat come out here. We wanted to do a cabinet just because the new Mortal Kombat didn't have an arcade release, but we still wanted to give the players the arcade experience.
Right.
So we custom built this, did all the artwork custom, all the side art, the marquee. After we had done the Mortal Kombat cabinet, the NetherRealm company and Ed Boon had liked this one so much that they asked us to make one for the new Injustice game that was coming out. So we made one for the arcade and then one for their offices as well. So they were able to give me artwork to work with to do really nice custom side art and piece it all together. And
these really are one of a kind of machines.
They are, and we've had people call up asking them to buy them outright, and we just want them here so everybody can play them and enjoy them.
dreamt a place like this when you were growing up, and I want to specifically ask you now, as owner of a place like this, are you living the dream?
Absolutely. Every day it's a ton of work. Like having so many people out, like the arcade machines go down every single day. So it's constantly fixing things, and a lot of our players, they have a lot of requests for games that they're very obscure games. So there's always a lot going on here, and again, between the two companies, it's a lot of work, but I wouldn't want to do anything else.
So we've gotten to explore the Galloping Ghost Arcade in Brookfield, Illinois, and we have checked out literally hundreds of arcade games, pinball machines. I mean, if you're an arcade game kind of person, this is arcade game heaven. We hope to see you next time on Jumpin' the Lake.